Hi. It's been taking me a while to figure out a good spot to show you this. Um, Before I start reading my piece, I want to thank Brian Walker and Eric Deckers and the writers of Central Florida and thereabout to make it possible for those of us that are in the thereabout, which is actually what you're seeing behind me is the Gorge du Tarn in mountainous south central France, um, which is where I hang my coat most often these days. I want to thank you for watching, and I want to read you what I have for you tonight. It's called, I should get my glasses on. Ladies, do you have boogers? Do you get boogers? Men have perfected for a long time the art of picking their nose. Whether left or right-handed, whether driving in heavy traffic or sitting idle in front of TV, watching a mindless football game, men are capable of exploring the deepest crevices of their nostrils with their fingers in search of boogers, commonly called in French crotte de nez or nose excrement. Men know from an early age, almost instinctively, which finger to use to dig up their nasal refuse from each recesses of their nose. That was just an itch. They are masters of nose digging. Depending on the texture of what they find, and you should know boogers can be very dry and hard as a small pebble or just flaky, or very soft and easy to roll, or even a bit mushy, much like a small oyster. They know exactly whether to roll up their find or flick it away into Boogerland. No, that's not an Earth, Wind and Fire hit. Or to wipe it away behind the sofa, under the coffee table, underneath their shirt, or for the most childish and grossest ones, simply stick it in their mouth and swallow it. Of course, for men biting their nails, the task is much more difficult, as they only have stubby fingertips doing the work, whereas for men with a minimal length on their nails, the job is much easier to perform in any location and under any circumstances. Watch how mindful of his surroundings a man becomes when digging his nose elsewhere than in the car or when he's alone. He becomes the Jason Bourne of awareness of his environment, because societal pressures are such that it is more stigmatizing to pick your nose than to fart or burp in public. So nose picking has to maintain a veil of discretion or even secrecy. Before you wonder where this semi-scatological rant is going, a question of major importance is necessary. What about you, ladies? When was the last time anyone has seen a woman digging her nose? Are women simply more refined or more discreet? Do they have different nasal features that allow them avoiding the accumulation of such ancient bodily secretion? I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Have the archaeologists found evidence of booger traces in prehistoric digs? Who will solve the mystery whether women pick their nose or not? So many questions arise and require answers worth deep research. Gentlemen, are you ready to observe or inspect your ladies' fingers for traces of boogery evidence? If a man picks his nose in front of his partner, is he showing a sign of exacerbated intimacy or simply being gross? What is the size of the booger required to be considered disgusting? Everyone knows that women apply makeup while driving, resulting sometimes in disastrous frescoed faces upon arrival at their destination. But even within the confines of their vehicles, do they rarely, if not ever, pick their nose? Or do they? Perhaps they don't want to break a nail or chip the fingernail polish. Maybe the average length of a woman's nail is the key to their stealthy nose-picking movement. Women are so much more discreet, yet efficient at blowing their nose. Perhaps they don't need to pick it due to that nasal efficiency. What is sure is that from now on, I will check very carefully. Much like I'm making sure I'm not falling, because there is about 1,000 food drop right behind me and about only a yard to clear it. I will check very carefully while in the presence of a woman whether she picks her nose or not. And if so, how carefully or surreptitiously she does it. I know it's a hard word to say. I mean, nose picking is silent. A woman could simply turn around and hide from her partner, pretending to be removing a piece of meat from her teeth and actually be digging out a huge booger, then hiding it away in the hollow part of her hand, and men would never know it. Let's face it, it is easier to catch a woman occasionally farting or burping than it is pouncing on her while digging her nose. I want, and all men should get to the bottom of this mystery, for the sake of booger digging reciprocity. I mean, gender equality also starts with freely exhibiting bodily secretions such as boogers. So ladies, don't be shy, have at it. Thank you. Have a good night.